It is day 2 of the Morningstar Investment Conference here in Chicago. Steve's back in the staff room delivering yesterday's vlog. I'm trying to get a good seat up front for the opening general session from MICUS. He has a provocative session, as always. Really, the key takeaway out of that session is advisors really need to think about moving away from being just a knowledge worker and a knowledge advisor, someone who manages that information, to that relationship worker. It's really the nuances of connecting with a client, learning about their goals, providing niche financial planning that's really relevant for that client. It's that relationship purpose. That's what really struck me as the most important takeaway from Michael's presentation today. I'm with Rob Pinkerton, CMO, Chief Marketing Officer for Morningstar. Now Rob, I just came out of the session with MICUS. Tremendous amount of content, not just from him, but for the entire agenda for the rest of the day. How do you continue to push the envelope for the Morningstar Investment Conference for the benefit of attendees?
Sure, and thanks for being here, by the way, and doing all these great videos. There's really 3 big things we're trying to do here. The first is kind of about Morningstar, the second about the advisors, and then the third is kind of what happens after. Right, so in terms of Morningstar, Morningstar's mission is to create great products that help investors meet their financial goals. Second, and probably most important, is the people who attend, right? The advisors. Right. These are the folks who have an expanding role as well, just as Morningstar does, who have considerably more challenges in their practice in terms of what they do, and we really want to meet their needs. So you'll see around, as you look around this this event, all kinds of things, including all of our great, access to our great research that we've always had and people have come to rely on. From a content perspective, there's just considerably a lot more. There's technology, there's behavioral finance, there's policy, there's all kinds of kind of new and interesting types of speakers. From, we had Jimmy Wales yesterday, we had Michael Lewis today. I mean, these are top tier brand name speakers with big ideas that can help our attendees really think about their value to their clients. And the third thing that we really want to do is make sure that the conference just doesn't end to this week. It is about being a part of a community. It's about ongoing learning. It's about us learning more what's important to advisors. So a lot of what you'll see is the content continue to be shared. It will reinforce what we build and what we communicate and market to our prospects as we go forward, and what really drives the agenda for next year. So it's not over after this week, and that's really a big part of the goal of what we're doing here.
Aaron, I came out of a great session with some great content. You presented a little bit earlier. What do you think was one of the hottest topics that was addressed in your session?
No question, on the policy session, people most wanted to talk about health savings accounts. Are they going to be dramatically expanded as part of healthcare reform? We don't normally think about them as being important for investors, but if you double those contribution limits, all of a sudden that's a viable way to save for retirement, and the tax benefits are enormous. So there are a lot of questions around how can we optimize them, how can we understand what HSAs can do for individual investors, and how can we influence their behavior to use them more effectively. So no question that was the hottest topic out of the policy session. And then on the fiduciary rule panel, people wanted to know what's going to happen going forward, and we did our best to answer that question, but there's no question there's some uncertainty there.
Well, your session was very well attended. I know it was standing room only, so I think it's indicative of the high quality content available here at the conference. MICUS is doing a Facebook Live and a Periscope session. Unfortunately, I can't stay. I have a presentation of my own at 11 o'clock in today's agenda for the investment conference. So I've got to beat feet, head on upstairs to the breakout sessions and give a presentation. My presentation's all finished. We are now in the Grand Hall for lunch, where right up on that stage, Michael Lewis is going to be presenting in just about 20 minutes. So I just came out of the pretty interesting discussion from Michael Lewis. Check out his new book, The Undoing Project. So I was able to hook up with some complimentary coffee. What I could really go for is a half cap, non-fat, triple whip, no whip, light, cappuccino, iced please. All the breakout sessions are finished for the day. We just finished up the break in the exhibit hall. I got a little snackage. Now we're headed into a session titled The Best Business Partners for the Next Decade. So as the Best Business Partner session wrapped up, the agenda transitioned into comments by John C. Bogle, and it was an honor and a privilege for us to be with John C. Bogle over in Malvern, Pennsylvania in a little preview leading up to what he is going to share during the closing general session. We are walking out of the final session today. It was by John C. Bogle, founder of Vanguard. It was a very passionate statement. He had some recorded remarks for about 40-45 minutes, followed by live Q&A, which is really neat, between Malvern, Pennsylvania, and here at Morningstar's Investment Conference in Chicago. I think that concludes all the formal activities. We're now in the exhibit hall where attendees are able to network and once again collaborate with the exhibitors and vendors here.
Time to have some fun?
Time to have some fun. Let's go.
We've got
I need an arm break. This camera's heavy.
like, we're trying to get to
Can you see it shaking? I'm like